Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is life is about to bring you all your dreams. So, there's a lot of wish fulfillment that's going to be happening. I mean, at least that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm waiting for. So this is going to be whatever it is, but that's what I want. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Okay. This is all really good stuff. Okay. Okay. I love when I get what I want. I love it. I love it. So you're entering into a space of being, feeling, and living in full responsibility, full accountability for yourself, your life, all of that lovely jazz. And this is going to help you become an even stronger expression of who you are as you become more. Enmeshed with the truth of you, your passion is going to increase. Your desire to live in alignment with what you need to do, what your heart is telling you, it's going to come to the forefront rather than you pushing it away, pushing it aside, putting it on the back burner. All of these things that we do, right? Like, oh, my needs can wait. There's other things that are more important. You're getting to a point where you're recognizing you are actually very important for you and your journey. So, this is good stuff. As you go through this process, you're going to be kept very safe, very secure. The things that once caused you to feel fear, the things that once caused you to wonder the degree of safety that you live your day to day, that's going to be like, no, you're going to feel very secure, very safe. If you don't already feel that increasing, you're about to. You're absolutely about to. And as you become more safe, or as you become more aware of how safe you've always been, you're going to agree to go through this rebirthing. Okay. Um, and some might be like, why wouldn't you agree? Okay. I'll tell you why. So I've had a lot of kids. I've had a lot of kids. I've basically, with the exception of my oldest, had completely unmedicated birth. Um, no epidural, no meds, no nothing, completely natural. And you would think that after the first, or even after the second, I would be perfectly fine because I've birthed children already. I know what it's like. But every single time as we get to the last trimester, there's a lot of fear. Like, will I be able to do it? Will there be complications? Um, am I strong enough? Right? Do I have the stamina? And there's a lot of fear. There's absolutely a lot of fear. And I always have to remind myself, no matter what, whether I cooperate with my body or not, this baby is coming. Now, imagine that's a very tangible, visceral experience. I have definitive proof, scientific evidence that no matter what, this baby is coming. I have no say in that at this point. Could you imagine the type of fear that's experienced when there's no tangible proof, there's no previous visceral experience to help reassure you that you're going to survive this, right? You're going to survive this process. It's going to be perfectly fine. Um, Nothing horrible is going to happen to you. Uh, you're going to be perfectly fine. It's hard to agree to a rebirthing when you're unsure of what you can handle. You're unsure of how strong you are. You're uncertain of whether or not this will benefit you. Every single rebirth that you go through will absolutely benefit you. You might not realize it right away. You might flounder a little bit as you're in the process, but every single cycle of rebirth that you go through will benefit you. It will bring you that much closer to that point of truly submitting to the will of soul, forehead to floor, degree of submission, and also allowing yourself to become aware of how powerful you are. Right now, you're very unaware. See, it's right now because we're in winter and awakening in reverse. You're unaware. And awakening is really an increase in your awareness, an expansion of your awareness. You're not asleep. There's this very widespread belief, teaching, theory, philosophy that we are a sleeping species, and we're not. We never have been. We're at varying degrees of recovering from amnesia, but we've been awake and we've been in an enlightened state for quite some time. Now, you living as though you are aware of your enlightenment, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story, right? So it's this thing of expanding your awareness. As your awareness expands, your resistance to the process that gives you your dreams, makes your dreams a reality, that resistance begins to dissolve. It begins to go away, and you begin to fully flow with whatever it is that you're meant to flow with. Let's see what the other cards say. Ooh, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. All right. Card number 32, eternal gatekeeper, acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. But it's in reverse. So this is telling me that currently you haven't been doing this for yourself, right? You haven't been acknowledging, you haven't been asserting, you haven't been protecting what is right for you. I'm guilty of this. For quite a few years, I didn't do it. For quite a few years, I allowed myself to guilt myself into this space of like shame, this space of shrinking away from what is rightfully for me, what I have rightfully created for myself. There is a video that I believe I just downloaded it. Let me see. It's a very, yep, I did. This is a very profound video. I want us to take a moment. Just take a moment. What did I do? Oh, I did what I'm supposed to do. That's what I did. Hold on, give me a second. Come on, choppity chop. Choppity chop. There you go. All right. We're gonna chop, chop, chop. Okay. Relax. Breathe. Allow yourself to be fully present in this moment. Allow yourself to receive this profound truth that's taking forever to airdrop to my laptop. Ma'am, sir, we don't have time like this. Okay, here it is. I'm so impatient right now. Just breathe, girl. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. That was ugly. It's okay. It wasn't trying to be pretty. It was exactly what it was. Not pretty. Okay, you guys ready? This is profound. Okay.
If you are super self-aware and also really stuck, you need to understand the difference between self-intellectualization and self-understanding. Research shows us that about 90% of people consider themselves to be highly self-aware, but when we actually measure for self-awareness, only about 15% of people actually are. What's happening is that people confuse self-intellectualization with self-understanding. Self-intellectualization is like torturing yourself trying to solve the intellectual puzzle of who you are, why you are the way you are, where all your patterns come from. Self-intellectualization is a symptom of internalized shame. When you have been conditioned to believe that something is fundamentally wrong with you, that you are inherently broken, almost like you become addicted to seeing yourself that way. And you will collect all this information about yourself in the world as evidence to prove that you are broken. That's self-intellectualization. Self-understanding is when you have a deeply felt intimate relationship with your internal world. I'm going to give you a simple tool here. Self-intellectualization asks why. Why am I like this? Why are other people like this? Why did this happen? Why me? Self-understanding asks what? What is important to me? What am I feeling? What do I want to feel? Why blocks you from your unconscious material? What opens it up like the Red Sea?
All of that. All of that. Especially this part. Is it over here? Here.
Self-intellectualization with self-understanding. Self-intellectualization is like torturing yourself trying to solve the intellectual puzzle of who you are, why you are the way you are, where all your patterns come from. Self-intellectualization is a symptom of internalized shame. When you've been conditioned to believe that something is fundamentally wrong with you, that you are inherently broken, almost like you become addicted to seeing yourself that way. And you
addicted to seeing yourself in the way you have been conditioned to see yourself. Ooh. Ooh. A large majority of people who believe themselves, who see themselves as self-aware and mindful of their journey, they believe they've done the healing. I mean, you believe that, yes, there's some degree of validity to your efforts, right? You made the effort, so that makes it a valid belief. But the degree of self-healing and self-realization, self-actualization that's occurring, I don't think it's aligned with what you believe it to be for most people. For most people. Because what's happening is, and this is part of why your dreams are being blocked, why your manifestations never come to fruition, why you struggle and suffer to the degree that you do. It's because you've become so addicted to dangling the potential in front of yourself only to withhold it as a form of punishment because of your degree of understanding on a subconscious level of the profoundness of your nature, your true nature, not what you're programmed to see yourself as. You will only live to the potential that other people give you permission to, so long as you don't see the truth of who you are. That's as far as you will go. People, when they parent their children, this is very common. It's not everyone, but it's very common. They won't hesitate to categorize their toddler as being bad. You're being bad right now, right? That really gets internalized by the child. I never call my children bad. I don't coddle them in the way that you think either, though. They're very well loved, but I don't coddle them in the way that you would assume. It's not always positive. It's always truthful. It's always introspection inducing, right? It's this thing of, I'm not going to punish you. I'm going to make you aware of how your behavior is being received. And if that's not your intention, then there's modifications that are going to need to take place. I don't say that they're bad. I don't even say that their behavior is bad. I say, hey, you're yelling. It's overwhelming me. My senses are now overstimulated. Could you please stop yelling for a little bit so I can regulate myself? right? Why? Because I don't want them to be pre-programmed with this belief that they can't reach the levels they're destined to reach just because I have a limited understanding of the true profound nature of my children. I believe my children are extremely profound, but I still know, recognize, acknowledge, and accept, no matter how profound I believe them to be, I still have a very limited understanding of the true scope of their nature and potential. How many of you had that type of parenting, that degree of awareness? I'm not saying I'm a superior parent. What I'm saying is bring your attention to the way you've been limited by the programs that have surrounded you your entire life. And then you'll begin to see the ways in which you've believed it. And in that belief, you've limited yourself, greatly limited your own potential, because someone who couldn't reach what you can easily do convinced you that you can't do it either. You want your dreams to come true? You want your manifestations to actually manifest? You want to experience the depth of your power in your life in tangible ways? You need to begin undoing the programs that have caused you to believe in things that are not applicable to you. It's not applicable to you. Maybe once upon a time, that was a time long, long ago. You're no longer living that story. You're writing your own at this point. So, what are you going to write for yourself? Life's about to bring you all your dreams. What do you dream of? What is it that you want? What do you think about yourself? Have you allowed yourself to see yourself in a different way? We're done asking the why. Things have happened. You will understand the why naturally once you begin to focus on the what. What are you trying to accomplish? Where are you trying to go in life? And then you begin to ask the how. How will I go and do this? Knowing only you have the answers to this, and that anything anyone else tells you, whether they be signs from soul or someone giving you advice, it's simply to serve as confirmation of what you already know inside yourself. Your dreams are about to come true. For those who this reading is serving as confirmation for, you can feel it. You find yourself resonating deeply with everything I've said thus far. You can feel it. You're like, is it really going to happen? Yes, it's really going to happen. It's time. It's overdue. It's overdue. It's time for these progressions to take place. And with each thing that you allow to happen, you will get more and more confirmation that your intuition has not lied to you. It has never lied to you. How you receive that communication, that message, that guidance, that's a whole nother thing. If you don't believe yourself, if you don't trust yourself, you're going to skew that information. It's not your higher self that's lying to you or misguiding you. It is your distrust in yourself causing you to do the exact opposite of what you're being told to do. Now, card number 21, key to intimacy. Intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. I think for many of us, we have learned for quite a few years at this point what love is not. I've learned what love is not on a level of friendship, right? I've learned what love is not on a level of community, self-love, all of these different aspects of myself I see reflected at me in the form of other people. My ear is making me feel weird. My ear. Yeah. I think people who are reflections of the parts of you that need to be addressed, maybe the parts of you that need to be corralled, the parts of you that are out of control, right? I think you'll find that in other people. Those are the people who will be brought to you at specific times in your life. I've taken quite a few years to learn this lesson. I haven't quite mastered it. I don't know that I ever will, but I learn very deeply every time this lesson circles its way back around. It's this thing of, for example, I had a recent cycle of specific individuals showing me the validity of my intuitive knowing, my accuracy when reading other people and their intentions in my life, how they'll be used by soul, how they'll be used by parasitic things to try and gain access, to destabilize me. I mean, am I saying these people are evil? No, not at all. Not at all. But these are people who my intuition is telling me are more than capable and highly willing um, to collaborate with intrusive thoughts that will cause them to become the very Trojan that parasites need to try and enter into my life. Am I saying they are parasites? No. Again, no. They're not bad people. But this is what they'll be used for. Do I need to go through those cycles and allow complete destruction of my life and what I have created for myself and my community in order to believe the accuracy, the degree of accuracy of my intuition? For quite a few cycles, I did. I needed to live through it. I needed to see firsthand. I needed to feel the utter destruction that people like this will bring into my life if I allow them to. Now, yes, they're the ones who behaved in the way that they did. Yes, they are the ones who took the actions. Yes, they are the ones who were inconsiderate of me. And also, yes, I'm the one that let them. Yes, I'm the one that gave them access. Yes, I am the one that disregarded the intuitive guidance that was telling me, girlfriend, your time and your resources are about to be wasted. You could either truck forward or learn this lesson again. And I said, again, please, again, do it again. And then so we did it again. That was my choice. I needed to know, I guess, beyond the shadow of any of my doubts, my soul loves me. It loves me. It doesn't want me to go through those things, but it respects when I need to in order to better learn what I only half learned the last time it happened. And so, what have I learned now? No to demon horridas. No, 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 thank you. Go away. Go away. Yes. No, Balrog, you shall not pass. Oh, girl, you ain't got time. You got sessions starting. Quit messing around. Quit messing around. Focus. Focus. Okay. Ooh. Card number 18, radical honesty. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. Flat out self-abnegation. You have all this war armor on, not realizing you're only fighting yourself. The things that you need to defend yourself from are the very things you just keep allowing in. No, no, no. Don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. If that's something you're doing, it's wasting your time, your resources, your energy, and your focus. You have dreams that are coming. Let the dreams come in. Let them come in. Let them percolate a little bit. Let them soak up some of the sauce. Marinate in that. Let it marinate in that a little bit. Add a little extra flavor to your life. Card number 2, radical curiosity, seeing as if for the first time, every time. I think this concept right here is the very reason that my ADHD is like such a massive gift because I don't remember things enough, and everything is like for the first time. That's how I live. Everything is like for the first time. Unless, of course, it's traumatized me, at which point I will never forget that. Ever. 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 Right? So, living as though you're seeing things for the first time every time gives you a fresh perspective, no matter how many times you've experienced it. It doesn't always ensure that you will repeat things. It's not you forgetting, it's you seeing things from a different perspective, which makes it a new viewpoint, right? Card number 10, assistance with access. Soul's going to push it through. Life is about to bring you all your dreams. Who's eating pancakes? I love pancakes. I can't have syrup. I can't have honey. I can't have syrup. I can't have any of that. I can't have jam. I can't even have pancakes with sugar in it. The best I can do is my egg replacer. No, my egg protein powder. That has monk fruit, which is questionable to me, but it doesn't make me react. But one of you is eating pancakes and it tastes so fudging good. Not even honey. Nope. Not even honey, because what I'm saying, Kel, was it you that was like, is Emmy aging backwards? Was it you? It's because no sugar. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. It's because no, banana paralyzes my digestive tract. I'm not joking. Like, it will literally paralyze my digestive tract. Peristalsis will halt until the bananas are gone, but then the bananas won't be gone because peristalsis has been halted. That's just some okay. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna just be pickled in my own goodness, is what it is. So whoever's eating the pancakes, enjoy it. Enjoy your damn pancakes. Put extra syrup. Go right ahead. I ask one thing of our community. Don't eat things around me, because if one of you could please have a donut some point today and think of me intensely. Smell it, sniff it before you eat it. I like chocolate donuts. I like old-fashioned donuts. I love Krispy Kreme. Heat it up for 30 seconds before you begin. I love all of that garbage. Love it so fucking much. I can't have any of it. Fucking A. No. We don't need that in our life. Whew. I have hatred right now. Shit. I feel hatred. Tis not fair. I do all that Soul asks me to do. Tis not fair. I want some sugars. I want the fructose. I want the honey and the raw sugar. I want it all. I want donuts. I want real pizza. I want real pasta. I want rice. I want dark soy sauce. You're fine, girl. You don't need that shit. It's garbage. It's poison. It's poison. Anyways, assistance with access. It's necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. Ask Soul for what you want. Ask Soul for what you want. I'm serious. So here's the thing. People are like, ask God for this, ask God for that, ask Jesus for this, ask Jesus. They got their own shit they're doing. They do. I'm telling you, they do. You know who's in charge of you while you're in this life, because God's not going to micromanage you. God trusts you to that degree. You know who's in charge of you and who sends up your requests or denies the requests? Like in general terms, of course. You know who does that? You want to know? Do you want to know? It's your soul. Your soul is the one that does that. Yeah. hmm Um, most things, your soul has the authority to approve or deny the request. Um, if it is something on the level of like asking for more years of life, or like something that is not already predetermined by um, contractual agreements, like Paladorian level agreements. If it's something that's Paladorian level and you're trying to renegotiate that, then yeah, your soul can't do that. That would have to go up to God. But pretty much everything short of that, you asking the wrong one. You asking the wrong one. Ask your soul. Your soul will give it to you. Unless, of course, it's unhealthy for you, then it's not going to give it to you. But your soul will pretty much give you whatever you want. I'm not saying we're trying to usurp the power of God. I'm saying, like, be efficient. You know what I'm saying? Be efficient. Be efficient. It's the equivalent of you going to the president. Okay. We're not thinking about that guy. It's like the equivalent of you going to the president to request that potholes in your city be filled. I mean, who would be a better resource for that? Who would be a better contact? Your mayor, that's your higher self. Your governor, that would be like your avatar. There's layers and levels to higher self. Yeah. The oversoul is the higher self. It's just slightly higher. Um, I'm just trying to help you be efficient in your requests. They could approve these things. Unless, again, yep, your councilman. Unless, again, it's something pertaining to renegotiations of Paladorian contracts, all your higher selves all the way through, they cannot do that. That needs to be a request all the way to the top. But even then, I don't think that's going to work. I've tried. Card number 3, wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. Did I not just say that before I went on a side quest about pancakes and donuts? See what I'm saying? Wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. And you're being given this information. Soul is freely giving you information. It is freely giving you information to help you navigate the right now, the present. And the way you navigate the present is going to determine how open you are to receiving future events, right? Let yourself shine. If you're afraid of the darkness, if you're afraid of the shadows that you have to face as you do your shadow work in order to retrieve more of your energy and potentiality, then shine. It's very simple. The solution is always very simple. The way we apply the solution, the way we accept the solution, that's often where the complications begin to present themselves. But the solution really is very, very simple. You're afraid of darkness and shadow. Let your little light shine, right? There's that song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So don't tell you. Just let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. And part of the reason why you don't let yourself shine and you then become disoriented in your process is because you're taking into consideration, too much consideration, the discomfort of others who are accustomed to living dimly, right? They get offended that your light is so bright, so you dim it down. No, you don't need to dim anything. Those are the people who exist in your life to challenge you as a free spirit. Now, are they intentionally doing that? Some intentionally, yes. Most intentionally, no, they're not intentionally doing it. But they're just so stuck in whatever state they're in, and they're basically requesting you join them there. You can deny requests. You know that, right? You can deny requests. You can. If you allow whoever this is to successfully restrict you as you are moving through your life and prevent you from being a free spirit, um, you're not going to move forward. You're not going to move forward. Random, your babies must have loved you singing them lullabies. Maybe as babies, I would often sing them to sleep for every nap and um, at night sometimes too. Whenever they're fussy, I would sing to them, and then I guess they'd like it because they'd stop crying. They didn't really cry much because one little sound, I'd start singing to them. But here's the thing: as they grew older, they're kind of like, "Stop yelling." they don't call. They don't consider my singing singing. They consider it yelling. Excuse me. Excuse me for liking soulful music. Excuse me. Right. So now they tolerate the sound of me singing. They tolerate it. Yes. So it is what it is. Cosmic connection in reverse. Cosmic connection. Mm, mm-mm-mm, mm-mm. Some of the things that you think is a God-given thing for you really is not. Some of the things that you think um, are part of your soul's journey, like this is an entitlement for you, it probably is not. Everything that's unnecessary for you to receive whatever the dreams are that are being brought to you, it's being cleared away. It's being stripped away from your life. For many of us, our cup is being emptied. We feel empty. We feel depleted. We feel all of these different things. And it's because you can't have the old mixing with the new. It's like you realize, okay, so you left your cup open, uncovered. You're at the park, you're enjoying yourself, and then you're about to take a drink. Luckily for you, you looked into your cup and you see the ducks have violated your cup, or a bird, something aerial has dropped a bomb in your cup. And you're like, ooh, 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 right? Are you just going to add more water? Or are you going to completely empty that out? It's been tainted. Hello. Salmonella. Hello. Don't. Parasites. Don't. Please don't. I'm grossed out. Ooh. Ooh, that was a nasty analogy. But it's so accurate though. Are you going to I just had a core memory come back to me. I used to take my kid um when all I had was one. I used to take him to the library often, right? The public library. He's a voracious reader. And one time it's just he and I we're sitting in the car. He's in the front seat with me. We're sitting in the car at the parking lot of the library where there were tons of birds and ducks and all of that. And he's eating his chips. We're having lunch in the car and he's teasing the ducks and the geese. And he has the window rolled halfway down and he's waving it like this out the window. And I was like, don't tease them. That's not nice. And he thinks it's hilarious. And then we both happen to see as he's holding his hand out the window that a bird flew over and dutied and it landed on his chip. And he was so upset and I was cracking up. And he was so upset that I was laughing and I was just like, that's what you get. You see? Now nobody can have it. I told you it's not nice to tease them. Now you don't have to share, and it's not healthy for them to have that. It pooped on his chip. Hey, sometimes you got to learn whatever it is you need to learn in whatever way soul tells you you should learn it, right? Dangling things in front of others just because they can't have it, how does that serve you? Those are the actions of a child. And he was a child. He was a child, but soul was quick to correct him. Very quick to correct. Yeah. He was still a toddler. He cried. Yeah, I told you, like, my children are very sheltered, but they're not spoiled. They're not coddled like that. If something's funny, it's funny. It is what I wasn't celebrating that his chip was taken. I was just like, see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, hang out another chip. It's gonna come back and poop on that too. It pooped on his chip. I mean, the aim, the accuracy of that. I was like, damn. It wasn't a big chip. Okay. Golden crown in reverse. You're receiving these messages from soul. Soul is giving you the instruction you need, but maybe you're not listening. Maybe you don't. I don't. Okay. I want to clarify with the you're not listening. I don't feel like for everyone it would be accurate to be accusatory in a way where it's like you're intentionally being rebellious, you're intentionally being dismissive of communications from soul. I don't feel that. I feel like for most, what's happening is you're unaware of the communications that are coming through. So if you allow yourself to begin developing a relationship between the self and the soul, you'll begin to better be able to distinguish when a message from soul is coming through and when it's just some random thought. Okay. Once you begin to be able to distinguish more easily, I think it's going to be much easier for you to trust your soul, right? To receive the communications. But communications are coming in, they are. Um, yeah, see, receiving, withholding. The Lady of the Gift, card number 20. Generosity, receiving, withholding. Soul has been very generous with the communications, but again, um, you're withholding that information from yourself. You need to make sure, excuse me, that you begin really cultivating your relationship with your soul. It's super important during this period. Um, the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. For those of us who, okay. Ooh, I got a notification. Authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. For those of us who will follow through with what soul is instructing, um, and you begin living your authentic purpose, the inspirations are going to lead to a massive form of abundance coming in, which will allow you to tap even further into your free will. You're not going to be confined to strictly what other people dictate you should do, how you should live, and the different standards that are not up to par with you and your purpose. Those are going to be corrected. This is a really beautiful period, you guys. This is something that could take your life to a whole nother level of existence. But are you willing? If you think this is just going to be given to you, I don't know that you're on the right channel. You have to earn. You have to earn. And it's not that you have to earn as in, oh, you got to work hard for it and your soul's going to play with you and haze you and all of the. No, it's not that. You have to earn it by developing the degree of maturity that this circumstance is gifting you with. You need to cultivate that increase in maturity so that you can access what is freely being given to you. An opportunity to completely change your life. Someone's like, money's not going to make everything better. Neither is that mindset. Neither is that mindset. Did I say money is going to make everything better? It'll make it easier for you to begin working on whatever has traumatized you, whatever has caused you to see yourself in a distorted way. You see, I don't think the person who said that um, really understands the way this matrix is structured. I don't know that I have the time to properly um, expound on my awareness of the structuring, the infrastructure, and the intention of this matrix. Michael says, just make it a quick, a quick elucidation. Okay. Well, it's designed to make you suffer, to exhaust you to the degree that you won't have time to work on your developing awareness of yourself and your purpose. It's designed to crush you with the falsity of bills, false fiat. Yeah. Yeah, no, you pay to exist. You also pay to die. This is a system that takes from you even after you're gone. That's what this system is structured to do. Why do you think there's this belief that's passed around in spiritual communities that you are somehow evil if you charge for your gifts? You know how many people I allowed and invited to take advantage of me? What did I gain from that? Nothing but an understanding that my gift is for me and I can share it as I choose. But I'm not to deny myself the appropriate compensation for my time and effort. Because having a gift and living as a martyr just so you could give that gift away, that's not what it was intended to do. That's the equivalent of you going to my birthday and expecting me to give you a gift on my birthday and calling me selfish if I don't give you a gift when you arrive empty-handed. When you look at it in those terms, how do you feel about that? Does that still sound fair? Does that still sound spiritual? Does that sound logical? Does that sound loving? Who's really the greedy one there? Right? Right? So, we don't have to be filthy rich. We don't. But when you have enough that you don't have to worry about how you're going to pay for the home you're in, which is what? Is it a basic home? Is it the average basic home? Okay, what's selfish about that? What's greedy about that? You need to live somewhere. Are you a horrible person because you don't live in a box? Like a literal cardboard box? This matrix that we live in is designed to shame you if you liberate yourself from the financial shackles that you are born with. You don't have to be ashamed for being free. You don't. You can allow yourself to receive everything your soul is giving you. Let yourself receive. The more you have, the more you are able to help. But you do not help when it depletes you and puts you in harm's way. I had to learn that the hard way. I was making a healthy living wage, healthy enough to be able to help countless people day in and day out, giving everything away while I was homeless, living in a parking lot. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody batted an eye. So many had their hands out, and I kept putting in their hands. And they kept going right back to the end of the line, waiting for another turn. Am I saying all people are like that? No, I'm saying a lot of people are. And you can't say they're bad people when you're saying, it's okay, I'm okay with it. Because that's what I was doing. Like, it's okay, I'm okay with it. Was it okay? Was it okay? I was living in a parking lot with broken brakes on an RV, on top of a mountain. I was stranded with my children. Was that okay? Did that make me more spiritual? Did that prevent people from turning around once I wasn't doing it as much? I was still doing it, but not as much, right? Did it prevent them from turning around and then accusing me of being materialistic, greedy, a fucking bitch? No, not at all. As a matter of fact, it emboldened them to do that because all they saw was me being nice. I wasn't being real. Now's a time for you to be real. Now is a time for you to understand there's no need to punish yourself. There's no need to punish yourself. There's no need to withhold from yourself what is rightfully yours, what you have earned, what you have worked so hard for. If you allow yourself to begin reflecting on where your thoughts are, you need to do so with non-judgment. What's meant by non-judgment? You need judgment, right? So that you can discern. Judgment is a component of discernment. What's meant by that word of non-judgment, is condemnation. You are not to condemn yourself. When you cannot see yourself clearly enough to understand what a gift you are, what a treasure you are, you do not have the awareness to then be a judge and jury, convicting yourself, condemning yourself. For what? For existing? Your dreams are about to come true. Don't block that to appease the people who had no problem seeing you suffer, seeing you at the bottom, seeing you unable to care for yourself, knowing that you're crying about yourself. Like, no, stop. You don't have to be bitter towards them, but you can't continue to let them skew the way you see what you deserve. There's no point in being bitter. They are who they are, how they are. And it's actually helping you refine your perception of yourself, not because they're intentionally doing this to help you. No, it's because you're strong enough, you're smart enough, you're aware enough to see something is needing to be corrected. And that level of awareness, that point of realization that you are reaching, that's what's opening all the doors for your dreams to come rushing forward. I have every intention of completely changing my life this year. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. I just know the things that I've been concerned about, the areas in my life that have been experiencing depletion because of one thing or another. Those are not going to continue to persist because I refuse to give permission for that to continue to persist. And now that I'm refusing to allow that to continue, I'm not going to fuel it anymore. My energy and my intentions can go towards something else. Something that will absolutely negate the continuation of what I dislike. It will negate the continuation of the areas where I feel depleted. It's amazing. It's amazing. Sometimes you'll have to do things you don't want to do. And it's not to say that you're going to be asked to do things that are immoral. Case in point, past couple days, I didn't go to the gym. I needed some rest. I needed to carb load. I've been feeling depleted and exhausted. So I allowed myself to kind of have 3 rest days, which for me is unheard of. By the 3rd rest day, I was just like, "Ugh, I want to go. There's too much energy in me." And then, of course, today is chest day. And I mean, really, I love leg day. I love back day. I really like chest day. But I'm there and I'm like, oh, this is such a waste. All of this stored glucose could go towards massive back gains. And then I'm like, girl, you gonna fuck yourself up if all you do is your back. You know that. Work on your chest, work on your core, keep everything in balance. So I didn't want to do chest day, but I did it anyways. And now everything is back in balance. I didn't want to. I needed to keep everything in balance. Apply that to your life and your journey. The things that you're needing to do but not wanting to do right now, it's something that will keep you in balance. So do it. Do it. Do it irritated. Who cares? Do it mad. Who cares? Just get it done. Do what needs to be done, because this is setting the foundation for your dreams to actually come true. So my son went with me to the gym today, and he finished working out and I was still working out, and we were chatting for a little bit, and I was telling him like his physique is changing. It's becoming even more athletic. It looks like he's leaning out even more. This mofo ran 9 miles. 9 miles. I'm just like, she. She. Only reason I'd get on a treadmill is to practice my strut, my stage strut. But yeah, no. And then I was like, do you see a difference in my form? Because I feel bloated. All that carb loading bloated me. He goes, you look extra buff today, but you also look smaller. I go, like leaning out. Yeah, that's okay. Your shape will change. The way you see yourself will change as you continue to progress. That doesn't mean that's where you're stuck. You'll only be stuck there if you choose to stay there. So 3 days, up 2 pounds, that's all water weight. That's all water weight being held in my muscle because of my carb load. That's glucose. That's energy. Guess what? Tomorrow's leg day. I'm dropping 3 pounds. I know that for a fact. I'm going to be dropping 3 pounds after leg day, because all of that is going to be used up and it's going to be excreted. That's just how my body functions. It's not a loss to me. That's not considered a loss. The things that you're considering a loss are things that are just bloating your mind, bloating your emotions. These are things you're holding inside you that are fueling a process you're completely unaware of. That's okay. You don't need to be fully aware of that. You just need to know you're in some type of process. Whatever you excrete, whatever you let go of, it was not necessary. It was not necessary. So, cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order, right? This is exactly what you're going through. Cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. You're becoming aware of your power and your influence over yourself in your life. Oh, Maria. Maria? Maria. You're like one of my favorite people. Don't you ever fucking talk to yourself like that again in my presence. You are not an awful person, and you need to stop. That offends me. Feeling like one and being one are two different things. That offends me because I love you so much. You're literally like one of my most favorite people. And I don't take kindly to people speaking to one of my most favorite people in that way. I would lecture you more, but I just saw the time. You got lucky today. You did. You got lucky today. You are not heartless. You are so far from heartless. People, and I think you guys need to hear this. People who are truly heartless don't give a shit that they are heartless. Horrible people don't feel badly for having bad days, right? I always say the mark of a good mother is one who always questions, like, did I do right by my kids? Should I have done that differently? You know what I'm saying? Should I have done that differently? And people might be like, oh my God, how could you talk to her that way when clearly she's already going through something? I had to speak the language that she was willing to hear. No, it's not gaslighting. Because had I said that nicely in the way that I wanted to, her heart that's becoming callous because of the pain she's going through, it's protecting itself. It would not receive that message. You have to understand where someone is at and the proper way to address it. Your comments are not insane. You're viewing it as such, but I haven't seen it that way. And you already know, as well as everyone, that if I had seen it that way, I would absolutely be like, yep, nope, you've been kind of cray cray. What's going on? Right? We're all going through something very intense during this period. That's part of the ascension cycle. That's part of your ascension cycle. We're being forced through a space that is so confined. And that's to help you build the pressure that is necessary to pierce the membrane that has kept you living small. It is a painful process. It is. It is. I will never allow you to speak badly about yourself, Maria. Never. Never. No. That is not something I can co-sign. Okay? Everything will shift when we allow the shifting to occur. Sometimes we will hold on a little bit longer than we need. It's okay. It's okay. Comes from a place of fear, resistance, whatever the reasoning. It's okay. Just know you're going to be sore from holding on to something life is already trying to take away from you for your own benefit. It is trying to take away what is hurting you, depleting you, distorting you even further, right? Like, no, you didn't take time from my live stream. There is someone that is going to watch this that doesn't have the courage to comment, that's going to hear our exchange, Maria, and it's going to help them. It's going to help them in ways that maybe they won't be able to share with anyone for years. But I promise you, one day someone's going to come forward and like, Emmy, one time you yelled at someone in the comments because they said something about themselves and it hit me and it changed my life. That you and I, Maria, we changed someone's life. I don't know who, I don't know how, I don't know when, and neither of us need to know. But at some point during our existence, we will be given the confirmation that that's exactly what we did. Just by having the courage to speak openly and allow others to witness what we are talking about. That's the gift of you. That's why you being your most authentic self is such a gift. You have no idea how you affect other people. We all basically go through the same thing, um, pretty much the same time, you know, pretty much the same time. Sometimes we need assistance in helping to control the wild horses that live inside us. Wild horses are powerful, but they're very skittish. They're very afraid. And depending on what happens, they get freaked out. They'll all stampede. They'll all take off running, even if it's over a cliff. They will just follow the crowd and take off running. Sometimes we need help to control the wild horses that would cause us to run and not just run, but run full speed towards the very danger our soul is trying to take us away from. I have very distinct memories as prominent member of hunting groups um, in the plains. I remember quite a few lifetimes as a Plains Indian, various nations, and we would do this thing sometimes where we would cause them intentionally to stampede. It would cause them to stampede, and we would direct the stampede into a gorge of some kind. And at that point, the horses have nowhere to run; they're trapped. It's a kill box. Secure our food that way. We don't take all. We allow some to go so that way can continue, not deplete the whole herd, take what we need. But it's that thing of allowing yourself to be stampeded. Parasitic things know that tactic too. So we have to be careful about the way we allow the wild horses that live inside us to be affected, to be triggered. No, you need to be in control strictly of yourself, not anyone else. You need to be in control. And when you realize that you're not in control, and I don't mean control issues. I used to have control issues, and that stems from an internalized feeling of not having any control. It becomes projected externally, and you try and control your circumstance. You try and control other people, your local environment, immediate environment. Mm-mm. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being in control, as in you are taking the time to be aware of the various options presented to you in response to a specific causation so that you can determine which effect you're going to select, right? We can't just allow ourselves to be triggered, to be spooked, and to behave like a wild horse. That needs to be channeled. It needs to be intentionally harnessed to bring forth the very thing you need. The phoenix, resurrection, surrender to change. The most powerful parts of you are in the process of being resurrected. You must surrender to the change that's coming. To not surrender to your own process is to ensure internal destruction. You'll be fine regardless. You'll be fine regardless. Thank you for the reminder, Lindsay. I am teaching the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. If you would like to learn how to work energy the way I do, I'm teaching this workshop. Click on the QR code or the link in the comments. The seats are very limited for this at this point. So if this is something you want to partake in, make sure you sign up soon. Once all the seats are filled, it's going to have zero inventory. You won't be able to purchase a ticket. Okay. I also am teaching the Black Magic Revocation Workshop. This is a workshop to help you learn how to undo, negate whatever malignant, very malignant type of magic is being done to you. If you're having all of these worries of people doing black magic on you, this is the perfect workshop for you. And then, of course, I do have private sessions for the soul based business mentorship. If you are ready to fully step into your proper place and begin earning at the proper level that you are destined to earn, I can help you figure out how to do that. I'm very good at receiving and discerning messages from soul. Soul is instructing us at all times, including on business ventures. And a lot of the instruction from soul is intuitive, it is not logical. But when you allow yourself to truly listen to the messages of soul and take that and apply it to your business efforts, woo, the type of benefit that I've seen in my life personally and the lives of the people that I've done this for in the past, it's been profound. It's been profound. One of the people that I love to share about, he ended up on Forbes. He was featured in Forbes magazine within months of the session that we had. Within months. It was beautiful. I'm so proud of him. I'm so, so proud of him. Also, final thing, If you're having some interest, curiosity about the types of healing, I don't like to call it healing sessions that I do, I prefer to refer to it as etheric medicine. Go click on this QR code, go check it out. I'm finally, for the first time, publicly offering etheric medicine sessions. I'm very excited about it, but I'm also very nervous. It's definitely something that is near and dear to my heart. It's a major part of my history as a morphogenetic engineer. Definitely something that I've cultivated the entirety of my life. And I'm finally at a place where I'm nervous, but soul says it's time. So I'm going to listen. So if that's something that interests you, you want work on fascia, lymphatic system, somatic release, pain mitigation, things like that, I can very efficiently and effectively work on the root energetic causation. And typically, when you're able to correct the root energetic causation, the symptomatic presentation of that energetic circumstance often resolves right along with it. So I heal energy distortions. That's the best way to put it. So, guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. Also, look for me on TikTok. I'll be on later this evening. I'm Emmy Evolving across all social media platforms. I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everybody.